Well, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, at least when you're in Australia. And we've got a McLaren F1 and a Speedtail right here. Let's compare it in VR, shall we? Welcome all. Well, first thing I want to do is just let you know where this was. This was in Noosa. This was the Noosa Concours, which is in Queensland, Australia. So it's about a 2-hour drive north of Brisbane. And it was a spectacular display of old and new cars, which are really cool. They had all the judges there in the pre-meet car park. Yeah, amazing day. I got told it was somewhere around $300 to $500 million worth of cars. Old Ferraris. They had a 250 LM there. That's an E-Type lightweight. They had a remake, kind of redo 250 California, so not original. A really nice 250 Lusso. But amazing day because they had the McLaren F1, and that's something I just thought in my mind. Let's just do a little bit of a real life comparison. If you can sub, by the way, I'll put a few more of these ones up, comparison videos. But let's just put the two together, the Gran Turismo McLaren F1 and one thing they did have was beautiful restaurants right along the beach. So this was next to the beach, this whole car show. Only a couple of meters away, and yeah, we had a surprise air show as we were having lunch. This is Matt Hall, ex-FA-18 fighter pilot, now Red Bull stunt pilot. This is the Noosa. This is what the beach looks like up at Noosa. Awesome little place to come if you're a car nut. Even on a good day, this is Matt Hall here. Even on a good day, you can actually see a couple of nice cars without the Noosa Concours on. Okay, maybe this one might be my favourite. This is the GOAT, the McLaren F1. Although it's not the T50, it is the McLaren F1. Alright folks, here we are, the McLaren F1. That's better. And yes, I do have a suit on. Of course, everyone plays video games with a suit on these days. I had something on earlier on in the day. Have a look at these headlights. That's the only kind of thing letting it down, I guess, in the model, in-game model. It's a bit basic looking. Like it looks like it's got the glass on the front and not much else. The rest of the shape of the car is bang on though. They've obviously got that bang on. Let's just take a look at these wheels as well. So you can really see the disc brake is sort of like a 2D image, and yeah, and the actual one, I think I saw a crack in the real one there. Pretty damn close. Pretty damn close. The only thing I think that looks a little out of date on this thing are the blinkers on the front of the car here. They don't look like they're aerodynamic enough for something of such a stature of car. What a beast of a machine. You can see the framework there inside the engine. Engine bay, I should say. I mean, how many people get to see this thing in real life? You can see that material underneath the door there. That's on the car in real life as well, that kind of gravelly, kind of sandpapery material. Shall we dive inside? Yes, please. Unfortunately, I didn't get to quite sit inside this sucker, but we're here.
They're incredibly rare. I think they built 106 of them. And,
it's pretty bang on. You see the carbon fibre tub that you're sitting in? Love the little door handles up the top there to pull it down. Pull that one down, thank you. The steering wheel is definitely unique compared to a lot of modern cars. I mean, it's so thin in the middle. It's a bit smaller than usual, I think, too. But it looks great. It'd be great to hold on to. It feels like the Fanatec almost. I mean, it looks like it feels how the Fanatec feels, you know? The footwell down there is quite accurate. Same kind of colours on the brake and clutch. It's an epic place to sit, really. I love how they've got the light above the dials shining down onto it in green. Looks very cool. Got the switches, it's all very tactile. No touchscreens in this thing. I really don't like touchscreens in cars because ultimately you've got to aim your finger and take your eyes off the road as you're driving. Whereas, you know, if you've got a knob or a switch, you can just feel it and just launch into it. Designed with purpose, this thing. Now, I did get to ask the owner what he thought of the new 250 out, and he said he didn't like it, which I thought was very strange. I mean, I think he just didn't like the fan on the back of it, so I don't know. I kind of like it, to be honest. I think it looks great. I actually think it would look better if you had two fans, sort of like a F14 or an F15 kind of feel to the rear of the car. That would be interesting. Imagine like having a twin fan setup on the back of a T50 rather than a single. I think that'd be interesting. I don't know if it's feasible. Is it possible? I don't know. But I don't know. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's super unique. It looks different. I can understand how it's divisive, and yeah, I can understand how some people may not like it. But I don't know. I think it's pretty damn cool. Now, if you were given the choice to have a McLaren F1 or a T50, what would you take? Well, as far as money goes, I guess the McLaren, but ultimately I think I'd take the T50 because it's a newer car. It's got 20 years plus of advanced technology in it. So, yeah, I mean, this is a car that's conceived in the 80s, really, ultimately. And yet it's still one of the best cars ever made. The T50's got to be, imagine having these back-to-back, compare the driving. Some journalist has done that, but yeah, geez, that'd be mega. I mean, the driving in the middle is just epic as well. I reckon we go to a track and test this bad boy out. And my headphones have stopped working. So sitting inside driving it is magical. Like, I feel I know what it's like to sit and drive this thing. I mean, I know what it's like to look over the wheel arches as I'm turning into a corner. But I mean, you can't look at the Austrian Alps out the window in Brisbane or in Australia driving it. I can in VR. Woo! So this game's just had a physics update. I don't know exactly how real it is. The force feedback is a bit lighter. I might just try that. What a view. Amazing. Now, there is a philosophical question to ask here. because it's so real and so immersive, and you really do feel like it to the point where you can feel the sun on your arm when it comes around the corner. Is there a point to buy a sports car these days when you can do it in your lounge room? I mean, I have a sports car and I can't race it on the road. I can barely use it to tenths. I mean, I can use it to a little degree because it's not that powerful, but these hyper-powered cars, I mean, you really need to take him to the track to take full advantage. Look how low it is here, by the way. I had to guide him out to make sure he didn't hit the end. Actually, I had to stop recording and guide him here. It was quite funny. But, I mean, you know, once you get into the VR here, you know what it's like to sit in these things. Like, you get the idea of depth. It's not just a 2D screen in that headset, it's actually stereoscopic, so you can feel how far away those wheel arches are just outside the window. Could there possibly be a point where car sales are affected by VR? What will the future hold for VR? It's fascinating. Been trying to blend real-life content with Gran Turismo here, just because it's a fun little comparison. I did film the Miura, Lamborghini Miura, the Maserati MC20. So if you want to see me do kind of a similar kind of comparison with those cars, let me know. They did also have a 250 LM, a Ferrari 250 LM. So they don't have that in the game, but I guess I could use the 250 GTO to compare and contrast. Similar kind of time period from the 60s. Please, if you don't mind, hit the subscribe button. That just lets me know that my channel is having some sort of positive effect. I'll just leave you now with some uninterrupted McLaren F1 VR driving joy. Here you go.